Obviously, it plays a big part. There's certain rules within the competition which we've got to stand by, and whatever team we put out on Saturday, we expect it to be competitive, but we know we're up against a tough test because Ipswich are a team of a higher calibre towards the top end of League One, a big club in lower league football, so it's going to be tough whatever team we put out there, but hopefully they'll do us proud.
The players in this competition have done you proud before, and a few players coming back from loan deals as well. Who's coming back into contention from that perspective?
Well, I've got to be careful in terms of naming too many too soon, but there will be some recalled, and those young players, as we've done throughout this competition, will play their part. Like I said, there's a certain amount of players, senior players so-called, we've got to play. The rest will be made up of ones who've been fringe players and not having as much game time as they'd liked, and the younger ones recalling from loan.
And it's a chance for those players that have not had as much game time as they like to impress and put their name forward for a regular starting.
Yeah, definitely. Generally, the squad's been strong this season, and when people have been called upon, they've performed really well. In this competition, younger players have had the opportunity and they've performed really well. Hence why we're in the latter stages of this competition. It's one we want to go as far as we possibly can in. But any games these younger players get, certainly at the Park and against a good quality opposition, will benefit their progression.
In terms of the opposition as well, Ipswich from a higher division, but it's tricky, I suppose, to know what side they're going to name as well. And it's got to be about how
definitely. They've had a similar Christmas period to ourselves, where it's just so many games. I mean, we're all on the back of 3 games in 6 days, which takes it out of anyone, regardless how big your squad is. So they'll be in a similar boat to ourselves. Hopefully, whichever team they play and we play, it'll be a good game of football. And those coming to the Park tomorrow, we'll see 2 sides competing. It's like I say, it's a competition we want to do well in on the back of our success previously. You know, we worked so hard against a good League One team in Oxford and got through on courtesy of a penalty shootout. But our group games, we were relatively strong as well. So it'll be an interesting game. Like I say, whoever's at the Park tomorrow, hopefully we'll see a good spectacle and get behind the lads.
How much confidence do you take from that Oxford performance, considering they're a League One side as
well? Yeah, a lot of confidence. You know, they're towards the top end of League One, and that was a good game of football on the night. And you know, Dino had the heroics at the end in terms of his penalty saves, but the younger players and whoever we put out on that pitch on that occasion performed well that night. And if anything, we might have shaded the 90 minutes against Oxford. So, like I say, we learn a lot about our young players in these games, as much as we monitor them when they're out on loan. You know, the real crux of it is playing at the Park and playing against good quality opposition and playing alongside the lads they train with every day. So we'll learn a lot from this weekend. The main thing from my point of view is that we've got a fully fit squad going into the following weekend against Cambridge.
And I suppose with the players being out on loan, those that get the chance in the first team, it's a chance to show that how those loan spells have benefited them.
Yeah, definitely. But we see them on a daily basis as well. So as much as we'll talk about monitoring their progress, it's not the be-all and end-all when they play with us. We see them on a daily basis and they are improving. The loans are sometimes difficult environments to impress in. No disrespect to non-league football, but you can get caught up in that standard of football. When they train with us, they look like better players. Sometimes when they play with us, they look like better players as well. So, you know, there's always certain markers. I'm looking for a lot of personality and character and just the work ethic within the group.
How pleased are you at Saturday's game is at home in terms of the Leicester and the fact you've got your fans?
Well, not as pleased as some of our fans because they've been through the mill in terms of the miles they've covered. You know, we couldn't get much further away from Colchester, but you know, you got to think about the Ipswich fans, I suppose, having to travel all that distance. But it's part and parcel of where we are in the country. You can't get away from travelling. Hopefully, we've sort of repaid the efforts our fans have made over the Christmas period, home and away, and hopefully we'll do that this weekend. Like I say, you've got to have some sort of thought in your mind for those Ipswich fans travelling all that way, but it just shows the commitment for lower league football and the desire which is in people to support their own clubs.
Just wanted to touch on Nigel Asengano because obviously he got the red card on Saturday. What's the latest with his appeal and can he play on Saturday?
He's available for the game. We won't be appealing it. The footage isn't great. Split second before their lad wins the ball, it's not doesn't look a bad tackle because both players are going in. Honestly, both players have got straight leg. Unfortunately, their player got there first, and it looked worse than it probably was. Like I say, I think that's probably Nigel's first sending off in his career. He actually played with a lad who the tackle was on, so there was no malice in it whatsoever. It was clumsy and reckless, if anything. But we don't want to risk losing him for an extra game if we did appeal and it wasn't successful. So we'll accept that. It's not ideal because the way the squad is at the moment, to lose another key player for 3 games, like I say, he's still coming back and finding his feet at our level. So it's disappointing. He's got to put that to one side, and if he's involved tomorrow, he's got to perform well tomorrow. We're lucky we've got a couple of 23s games in the next couple of weeks. I think it's Portsmouth and Villa, so we might be able to get him some game time in those as well. And then when he's back in the first team, he's got to fight for his shirt again.
You mentioned losing another key player. There's been a few key injuries, and obviously the January transfer window is coming up. How busy do you see it from an Exeter point?
Hopefully not too busy, but 1 or 2 additions. I've got to be honest, in terms of the left side of our pitch, we've got no natural left footers at the moment. With Dean Moxey injured, Craig Woodman and obviously Jack Sparks for the season, it's a serious problem for me at the moment. I don't think I'll have time to address it before tomorrow, but it's certainly something we're working on behind the scenes. 1 or 2 players might need to go out on loan to free up a little bit of budget to bring a player in, but it'll only be 1 or 2. There won't be too many changes within the squad. We're still hopeful of the ones who've been out for large parts of the season, affected it in terms of Lee Holmes and Lewis Ward and Nicky Josie. And the squad's generally, like I say, been strong enough throughout. So 1 or 2 possibly. We're working as hard as we possibly can, and it's probably public knowledge where we're short on the back of Jack being out for the season. And like I said, I've not really had a chance to wish Jack all the best in terms of his recovery, but that's a serious injury for a young player to get. But he'll come back bigger and better from that, and we're looking forward to having Jack back already. Like I say, a little bit of business hopefully comes soon enough.